Welcome, everybody, to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics that are important to you, the sports fan in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi Kravitz. I'm Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel, and he is Kravitz, Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media. The executive producer today is Cam, the man, the legendary Cam Kunzig. We are coming to you live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, and all points in between on the iHeartRadio app. We want to hear from you throughout the course of the show. You can enter that rage cage, otherwise known as the iHeartRadio talkback microphone at the bottom of the app. Press that button. You can record a message. You can rant and rave about anything you want, and we will play the best of those later in the show. You can also hit us up on the Mills Air text line, 50857. Krabs, are we not on YouTube today?
Yeah, we are. Why do you think we're not on YouTube today?
I don't see myself on YouTube.
Can you not see your image on the screen in front of me? I can see you.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what's going on. I can't see me.
Well, yeah, you just don't touch anything, okay? You are right. You are right where you need to be on the internet.
Okay. You can also watch us on the YouTube machine. I don't know how to do it, but evidently I'm on YouTube right now. So
I would love to see a day where you set this up for us.
Oh God. Hey, I sort of said it. I sort of did a little technology yesterday when you were doing a little, recording before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
I do. How many fingers am I holding up right now?
I can't. I don't see you or me. I don't see you or me. I see a 96.9 The Game logo on the YouTube machines. All I see. So,
all right, we'll look into that. But I'm assuming this is user error at the Bianchi house.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to get into all the top stories in sports. Let's start with some highlights and some headlines. Okay, we're going to go deeper into this story, but it's sort of just, if you want to call it, breaking news. Lane Kiffin was on the Pat McAfee show about an hour ago, and he denied that he's been given an ultimatum from the Ole Miss administration to make a decision about his coaching future within the next week or two. Here was Lane Kiffin on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, that's absolutely not true. There's been no ultimatum, anything like that at all. And so I don't know where that came from, like a lot of stuff that comes out there. Like I said, man, we're having a blast. I love it here. I mean, our running back sitting right over here. Come on over. And it just couldn't be better. Like I said, you pray for things. Our fans prayed for this type of thing, and now we're in the middle of it. So enjoy it. You're 10-1. You're getting ready. You got a bye week. You get to watch half the country lose, and there's no way we can lose Saturday. And then you play the Egg Bowl and go dominate that and keep that Egg Bowl trophy home where it's been for a long time.
Okay, I watched the entire interview. And Kravitz, I know you have this thing. You don't really like Pat McAfee, but I sort of like him a little bit. But then I watched that interview, and I swear to you, it was 15 minutes of Pat McAfee sucking up to Lane Kiffin, not asking him any tough questions at all, just sucking up to him.
It's not that I don't have a problem with him personally. I think Pat, it seems like he's a good guy. He's probably very easy to get along with just based on reading him from afar. I think if he were in the room, he'd be the kind of guy that you want to hang out with. That's part of the reason why he has been able to grab hold of the audience that he has. What I can't understand is why people are tripping over themselves to listen to him by the millions and watch him by the millions as they have over the years. And more so, why companies like ESPN and the WWE just have to be in the Pat McAfee market. I find it bumfuzzling because of things like this. Pat McAfee, it feels like a giant waste of time to pay attention to anything he does, because it's all just like, hey, yeah, let's go. Okay, hey, that's a great point you just made. Wow, hey, My 17 people in studio. Let's all clap together. Yeah. I don't understand why people find this entertaining.
I swear to you, during the Lane Kiffin interview today, he must have said 5 times, I appreciate the hell out of you, Lane Kiffin. I appreciate the hell out of you. Okay. And then at the end, when Lane Kiffin goes off, he goes, you notice I didn't ask him where he's going to be coaching next year. And I was like, actually, yes, I did notice because I thought you should have asked him that.
Yeah, but because he doesn't ask those questions, he gets Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin's one of the biggest stories in sports. He gets LeBron James. He gets Aaron Rodgers. He gets the president of the United States. They all go on his show because they know you are not going to ask me anything of substance. And because he has this big audience, what I don't understand is why people gravitate towards that. It's not interesting listening to people have a pillow fight with Pat McAfee.
Anyway. The Golden State Warriors make their only appearance in Orlando tonight for a game against the Magic at Kia Center. Here's Anthony Black talking about defending Steph Curry.
Just taking away his three, obviously a lot harder to do than it is to say, but making him play inside the three-point line, staying attached to him, he has so much gravity, he makes so much plays for himself, for his team. So I think just staying connected to him, being attached, and being locked in on the game plan.
Kravitz, I'm assuming there's going to be no Paolo tonight.
There is no Paolo tonight.
Is there no Jalen Suggs, or do we know?
I have not seen anything on Suggs yet, so cross your fingers and hope, because that is your only shot at slowing down Steph Curry tonight.
Wow. Yeah. Although Anthony Black, he's a good defender, right?
Jalen Suggs did go through shoot-around today, so that's a good sign. Jalen Suggs is going to want to play in this one. This is one that he'll get up for. He always plays the Warriors tough. Anthony Black's a fine defender. He's not. Jalen Suggs at his best is all defensive NBA. Anthony Black is not. And that's your only shot. Even that might not be good enough. The last time the Warriors played the Orlando Magic in Orlando, do you remember that one? Steph dropped 56.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Wow. Monday Night Football last night, the Dallas Cowboys spent 11 days mourning defensive end Marshawn Kneeland before taking the field Monday night. Dallas then paid tribute to Kneeland by dominating the spiraling Vegas Raiders for 60 minutes. Cowboys just dominated the game 33-16. Of course, the 24-year-old Kneeland was found dead on November 6th of an apparent suicide. Coach Brian Schottenheimer and the Cowboys players wore a shirt honoring Kneeland last night. They bowed their heads during a moment of silence before the game. Here's Schottenheimer talking about it.
Snap to Prescott, back, steps up in the pocket, deep to the middle, caught by Pickens in the circles, left and runs away 20, 15.
They wanted to honor him, and we're not done honoring him, but it's been tough, man. I mean, these past 11 days have been really tough, and but I'm proud of those guys because just the way they played today, they played with Marshawn's play style.
Yeah, that pass to Pickens was also paying tribute. That was a hell of a play by Dak Prescott and George Pickens. It has to be tough, Kravitz, when one of your teammates commits suicide, one of your friends, one of your brothers. My God, 11 days since this has happened. It's been unbelievable. Wow.
I think it's one of those, too, where sometimes playing can be the best thing for you in those situations, because none of us know how to grieve a situation like that. So being able to go out with your brothers and play a game is one way to just simply decompress and grieve without just wallowing in your own self-pity, which most of us do when we go through the grieving process. I think athletes have this great opportunity to go out and perform and put that stuff. You don't forget about it. You can play in honor and in tribute of someone, but you are able to put it to the side for a moment. And I think that in of itself can be a healing property.
By the way, Dak Prescott, 4 touchdowns last night. Pickens, 9 catches, 144 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 5 catches, 66 yards. Both of them had a touchdown. They didn't start the game, though. They didn't start
Yeah.
the game. I guess there was some sort of disciplinary measure where they sat out the first series. That's tough discipline now. You sit out that first series.
I didn't realize Dallas played in the SEC.
Yeah. That's like something an SEC football coach would do.
I'm assuming they were late for a team meeting, and Schottenheimer said, "I'll show them." This is like Mike McDaniel taking away the Papa shot in the locker room.
Funny story. When Ron Zook was coaching the Gators, and he was getting heat from the time he got hired because he wasn't a very popular hire. Well, the first year he was there, they went to a bowl game. All right. And two of the players broke curfew. I don't remember who they were now, but two of his starters broke curfew. So he suspended them for the first quarter of the bowl game. All right. It was the Outback Bowl at the time. I think they were playing Iowa. And he suspended them for the first quarter. And, midway through the first quarter, as Iowa was driving down the field, these two defensive starters run into the game. And they're playing. So we asked Zook, thought you were suspending him for the first quarter. And he goes, we needed him. We needed him.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, at least he was honest.
I mean, I'm not, I'm gonna suspend them until it hurts me and my team, and then we'll talk about it later.
They're suspended until we need them.
No dessert. I'll find another way to discipline you.
And those are your highlights in your headline.
I think my Zook is actually halfway decent. I've never tried that before. Up next, our daily source of motivation and inspiration, plus a text question about comebacks or Mickey Mouse. We'll make a decision on that next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Okay, so we all know over the last week or two, for the first time, it has not been ungodly hot in Florida, which is why I want to tell you this is the best time to call Ziegler Air Conditioning for your maintenance check. Jason and his crew have been keeping Central Florida cool, not for 10 years, not for 20 years, not for 30 years, for 40 years. They know what Florida heat can do to your system. Believe me, they don't just show up like some of these companies and say, hey, everything looks fine. We'll catch you in 6 months. They actually take things apart. They service your unit. They check every little item, every connection. They blow all that gunky, nasty stuff out of your drain lines, and they make sure your system is running efficiently before the next heat wave closes in. Their maintenance plan includes 2 visits a year, and their technicians actually teach you how to take care of your system and make it more efficient. Here's a tip for you that they gave me. Use draft stoppers or sealant on windows and doors to prevent cool air from escaping and hot air from getting in. Very, very easy to put sealant around your windows. And here's the other thing. The main thing I love about Ziegler Air. When you need them most, they're there. Labor Day weekend, I needed them. It was 95 degrees out. My AC died. Nobody else was going to come over, but Ziegler Air was at my door within an hour. They're honest, they're quick, they're never pushy, just pros doing what pros do best. Give them a call, 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765, Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Traffic starting to slow down in some familiar areas on the major roadways this afternoon. You're going to get caught up in some slowdowns on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. There's slowdowns getting through the city on I-4 near that 408 interchange, and expect some congestion on I-4 approaching St. John's River Bridge. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center in James, Birmingham.
Lowe's knows that saving is always top of mind, especially this season. That's why we picked some great deals for early Black Friday. Get free select DeWalt, Cobalt, or Craftsman tools when you buy a select battery or combo kit. More tools? Why not? Plus, we've got select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees starting at $59.98 because it's never too early to think Christmas. Get Black Friday prices without the crowds. Lowe's, we help, you save. While supplies last, selection varies by location.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
You can depend on Florida farmers. Our farm is where we live and work. It's where we raise our families and provide for yours. When you shop for Florida-grown fruits and vegetables, look for local. Choose Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select appliances like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. Check out the newest LG refrigerator with new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. Shop Black Friday savings on select LG appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3, U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Crossing the finish line, nothing like it. But for the accident attorneys at Farah & Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win, lining up all the facts so the truth is clear. Yeah, we're built for that.
Farah & Farah, Orlando.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers-only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. Stock Exchange, but there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited investor and want more from your investments, it's time to think beyond just stocks and bonds. Call Trajan today, 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
If you want your windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Hey, it's Ed Helms, host of Snafu, my podcast about history's greatest screw-ups. On our new season, we're bringing you a new Snafu every single episode.
32 lost nuclear weapons. You're like, wait, stop? What?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of history, a whole lot of funny, and a whole lot of fabulous guests. Paul Scheer, Angela and Jenna, Nick Kroll, Jordan Klepper. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Snafu with Ed Helms, and listen now.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
At 5 a.m., catch America's First News with Gordon Deal. The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Tools Ace Hardware is your home maintenance expert. Go and visit them at toolsacehardware.com. Whatever your grilling needs are, Big Green Egg, Traeger, they got it. That's your neighborhood home maintenance expert. The helpful place, Tools Ace Hardware. Welcome back to Game On. Appreciate you taking the ride with us today. What?
Do you see my little Christmas tree behind me? See my little Christmas tree?
Oh, yeah. Your big noggin was covering it up.
Yeah.
You know, now I just see the top of it. It kind of looks like your head is snowing or something. That's nice. Are you gonna put ornaments on it and stuff?
I got a Jaguars ornament I may throw on there, but other than that, no, I just like a little snowy tree.
That's nice. Yeah, I like the trees that come pre-snowed on in the store.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, big fan of that. Not a fan of tinsel. Where do you land on tinsel?
Nah, it gets all over the floor, falls off the tree.
I think it looks messy. Yeah. That's not my style. I like a nice, clean, snowy Christmas.
I've already put up the decorations and stuff.
As have we. Everything's up. We got our little Hanukkah section in the corner too. So where the Kravitz house is decked out right now. We only get a month and a half of this. You know,
I know.
You got to enjoy it. And it makes me.
I love Christmas decorations. Can we have Christmas music this year?
Yeah. You want to? Let's start that when we get back from our Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, absolutely.
They might kick us off of YouTube, but we'll see. Maybe we get. You know what we can get? I can get royalty-free Christmas music. Is that
the Alpha Library? There you go.
Yeah. They do. I've already checked. They have Christmas music. It's not.
Don't they have the old classics? Those aren't trademarked, are they?
You think Burl Ives is doing this for free? Come on now. Let's get to our daily coach quote.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, and today's is about the comeback, and this one is from Winston Churchill, so you know it's good.
Winston Churchill.
You are not defeated when you lose. You are defeated when you quit. That is his quote.
That's good.
Solid, to the point. I could picture Winston Churchill saying that to his troops.
Winston Churchill.
So I know I was complaining. It was when the penny was discontinued. I said, let's just go ahead and let's just wipe out all of the coins. I definitely said nickels can go, but honestly, at the time, as we were discussing it, I could have been sold on dimes and quarters as well, because who needs this stuff? Well, I just recently got into a new ride, Mikey. As you know, I was bragging about it the day of. Right. Very excited. The car is driving nicely. Very happy with the purchase. I haven't gotten hit with the first car payment yet, so maybe that's why, but things are going good. Now, one thing, there's always one thing when you turn your old car in that you forget. And the thing that I forgot was my ePass sticker on my windshield. So I went on to epass.com to go order a new sticker. You would have thought that I was trying to obtain military codes. That is how hard it was to log into this website, change my information, and then have them send me a sticker. That's all I needed. Just send me a sticker. It's even free if you're a member. And I couldn't do it. And you know what I started thinking to myself, Mike? You know what needs to make a comeback? Are those little coin buckets that you roll through on 408 or whatever highway you're on, the toll roads, and you yell Kobe, and you throw the quarter into the little bucket because I feel locked. I feel locked.
Threw the quarter in.
What?
I never threw it in. I never went right through.
You wouldn't pay tolls?
No.
Didn't they send you mail saying you owe us $1 million?
Never.
And the fines on that used to be pretty hefty. Now they'll just bill you whatever the toll is. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you got away with that. But that was one thing I think needs to make a comeback.
Winston Churchill, I remembered a quote from Winston Churchill. I remember it was a great quote, but I couldn't remember what it was. I just looked it up. You ready for this one?
Yep.
If you're going through hell, keep going.
And then Mike Huguenin added, turn left and you'll be in Lubbock, Texas.
Right.
I love that line.
Here's another good one. The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter.
Now that rings true. And I'm included in that. I would include myself. But sometimes I'm standing there voting. I'm like, are you guys sure I'm allowed to do this?
Always have the Orlando Sentinel list of endorsements there for the ones I haven't done my research.
I'm Googling what does agriculture mean?
Circuit Judge 8th District.
We are a disgrace to society. So what do you think about that text question? Things that need to make a comeback. I have the coin deposit bucket on the highway.
Okay, yeah, I can. Yeah,
all
things
right.
that need to make a comeback. I need to think about that one.
Cheap Trick needs to make a comeback, and we have tickets to give away. In fact, they have made a comeback because I have tickets to give away. So text in or hit us on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Things that need to make a comeback, and you'll be instantly eligible for those tickets. Up next, things are getting spicy in Oxford. We'll give you the latest on the Lane Train coming up right after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Things are getting wild at Seminole Hard Rock Casino Sportsbook. You can download the app right there on your phone. Touchdowns win games, and they win bets too. Pick your favorite playmaker. Find the end zone. Week 12 is going to be here before you know it. Thursday night football coming up in a couple of days. Josh Allen to rumble into the end zone at -105. Head to Hard Rock Bet and see what they have for you. You'll find boosted odds, in-game bets, props, teasers, and more. The app is a game changer for sports fans. Hard Rock Bet is a go-to source for me, whether I'm tracking trends or I'm getting into the action myself. The app has been absolutely incredible in terms of everything you need to know. Updated to the second with odds. Payouts are lightning quick. Download the app. Let's cash some tickets together. Head to Hard Rock and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. El Campeon, the Champion, was founded in 1917 and is one of the most tradition-steeped courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them I sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. You can also play pickleball, tennis, or rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. Also celebrate the holiday with their special Thanksgiving holiday brunch on Thursday, November 27th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Oh, is it going to be good? Secure your table easily by making a reservation on opentable.com, or you can make reservations for the hotel, golf tee times, and the Thanksgiving brunch at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, your next great escape is closer than you think.
Yingling Traditional Lager. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yingling is the taste of tradition. Yingling, legends stand the test of time.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The mix of salty sea air and burnt rubber. The big skies, high banks, and grandstands. The rumble in your chest. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. Honoring history and making it. At the biggest race of the year on the biggest stage of a lifetime. The Daytona 500. You got to see it to believe it. February 15th, 2026. Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606. Proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. IBEW Local 606 has been powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years, and they are the dream team for electrical workers across this area. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select appliances like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. Check out the newest LG refrigerator with new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. Shop Black Friday savings on select LG appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery. Appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
At Farmers Insurance, we often wonder, why would you buy a top-of-the-line smartphone only to protect it with the cheapest case? Would you invest thousands in a home reno but use the cheapest electrical wiring? And to apply that common sense further, why would you ever compromise on the quality of your insurance? The answer is simple. You wouldn't. If it's important, it's not worth compromising. That's why with Farmers, you can get quality and savings. Get a quote today at farmers.com.
We are Farmers.
Underwritten by Farmers, Trucker Fire Insurance Exchanges, or affiliate. Products not available in every state.
It's time for Black Friday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy huge savings on select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus, featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced features, it's the PC that helps you do more, faster. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits, like free shipping, price match guarantee, and expert support. They also have huge deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC and make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we're going to be seeing a beautiful but warm day. Temperatures will be a few degrees above average once again, with a high of 82 degrees today in Orlando. Our normal high is right around 78, so we'll still be seeing some lower humidity, quite pleasant out there under sunny skies. We'll continue to climb to the middle 80s through the end of this week while staying mostly dry. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Don't become another number, become part of the family. Burn Termite and Pest Control, a family-owned and operated business, over 30 years of experience in the termite and pest control industry. Go online and find them, burnpest.com. Tell Joe that we sent you by. Great guy. Things are getting spicy in Oxford. Ole Miss has given Lane Kiffin an ultimatum, per reports, to decide on his future before the November 28th Egg Bowl against Mississippi State. It was a person who briefed The Athletic that allowed them to run with this report. Kiffin, of course, 10-1, got his off week, is considered one of the top candidates for Florida and LSU. We talk about that plenty on this show. A source confirmed to The Athletic that LSU sent a private plane to Kiffin's family to visit Baton Rouge on Monday, and that the Kiffins took a very similar trip to Gainesville the day before, but that Lane was not on either trip. Do you find that bizarre, Mike, that Kiffin would send his family? Or are they scouting the situation? And how much do you buy into the report?
Well, Stuart Mandel of The Athletic reported it, and then Mark Schleybaugh of ESPN, he reported it as well today. So, I mean, those are two pretty reputable reporters. Mark Schleybaugh actually said that Ole Miss wants an answer by this weekend, not by the Egg Bowl's. Ole Miss is off this week, and then they play the Egg Bowl after that. But Schleybaugh says Ole Miss would like to have an answer by this weekend.
Oh, so there's even conflicting reports on that, because the story in The Athletic does specifically state the decision. The decision they would like that before the Egg Bowl.
Right. So
one question I have on this is that if this is true, and we're going to hear from Lane Kiffin in a moment. He was on the Pat McAfee show, hamming it up with Pat,
yucking it up. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's hear it for Lane Kiffin.
Let's go. Is Ole Miss? Are they misfiring here if they are putting a line in the sand and saying we need you to make up your mind now? Should they just allow the process to play itself out? Because until he leaves, he's still your guy. And don't you kind of risk, if you get really rigid about the way you handle this, don't you risk pushing somebody out that might not have otherwise left?
Yeah, I'm sort of torn here. First of all, if Lane Kiffin wants to go to Ole Miss, do you really, or if he wants to go to Florida or LSU, do you really, you can't like force him to stay. All right. You can't force him to stay. So he's the head coach now. He's built this program. I'm of the opinion, let him coach the college football playoff. Is it going to be a distraction? Yeah, but so what? So what? That's the world we live in college football. I don't think Ole Miss. Originally, I was like, yeah, this is their only play to try to keep him, to give him the option of either you coach for the national championship or you go take another job. But is that really what you want to do to the coach, who's your head coach? Do you really want to say, oh, you have to do it, you have to make your decision? I don't think so. If he wants to stay and coach, let him stay and coach. That's my opinion. I do have a conspiracy theory here, though.
Okay.
I do have a conspiracy theory, and Gator fans aren't gonna like this. The conspiracy theory is that Lane Kiffin, he's a smart guy. Lane Kiffin's a smart guy. He likes the attention. We all know that. He's got an ego. Maybe Lane Kiffin is getting all of this out there. Oh, Ole Miss, Florida wants him, LSU wants him. His family's visiting both places. And then he says, I'm staying at Ole Miss. And then he becomes an even bigger hero to the Ole Miss fans. He turns down the big boys of the SEC to stay at Ole Miss, gets a statue built. Again, it's just a theory, but I don't know if I actually believe that. I think if he was going to stay at Ole Miss, he probably would have already said it, don't you?
I tend to agree with that. But if you like the pomp and circumstance of it,
right,
then it would make sense. Why not wait until the end of the season or use it as some college football playoff morale boost going in? Maybe he is thinking about first of all, there's the business side of it. I am almost positive that any agent worth their salt would be telling Lane Kiffin or anybody that's in his position, you don't say a word. Let the market create your financial value and we'll cash in. And if that means that you're staying at Ole Miss, we are trying to create, nothing creates a bigger paycheck for anybody than demand. That's what drives up price in anything. If there was one strawberry left in the world, it would be worth $500 million. Sometimes I think that is what they're charging at Publix. But
yeah, I want to ask Mike Giannetti when we have him on later. He was on the show a couple weeks ago, and he said the value of Lane Kiffin is 10 years, $150 million, right? $15 million a year. I think it might actually be more than that now with all of the pomp and circumstance.
Well, and that's why you don't say anything.
It might be 16 or 17 a year.
That and he might like the theater of it. That would be one thing to consider. I do think it is still possible. I know the reports are out there, and somebody like Edgar Thompson, who we talked to yesterday, said that he would be shocked if he didn't take the job. I think it feels to me, my gut says it's still very much 50-50 on him leaving Ole Miss for any job. Pat McAfee was yucking it up with Lane Kiffin. We're going to play that full clip here. This is Pat asking Lane about the rumors.
There's a lot of distractions that come with having success. You just talked about the past 3 years being an absolute juggernaut down there in the SEC for Ole Miss. All the success you've had in the past, your name is a topic of discussion everywhere, seemingly, and will be for the rest of your life. It's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing because it means that you're having success, which is why other people are certainly going to mention your name whenever jobs open up. But there's a rumor now circulating on the internet, and we appreciate you joining us here to maybe kind of clarify this. Was there like an ultimatum given to you in the middle of a season from Ole Miss? It feels like the way I'm reading it on the internet is that Ole Miss has told you, and you were doing yoga, I guess, this morning with the AD. Ole Miss has told you, like, we need an answer. Is that true? And how are you handling it all with the team with what's currently taking place?
Yeah, that's absolutely not true. There's been no ultimatum, anything like that at all. And so I don't know where that came from, like a lot of stuff that comes out there. Like I said, man, we're having a blast. I love it here. I mean, our running back sitting right over here. Come on over. And it just couldn't be better. Like I say, you pray for things. Our fans prayed for this type of thing, and now we're in the middle of it. So enjoy it. You're 10-1, you're getting ready. You got a bye week. You get to watch half the country lose, and there's no way we can lose Saturday. And then you play the Egg Bowl and go dominate that and keep that Egg Bowl trophy home where it's been for a long time.
Are you staying, Pat? I mean, Lane, are you staying? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
All he had to do, he could have at least playful. I mean, we all know that McAfee's not some hard-hitting journalist that's going to ask the tough questions, but he could have like playfully followed it up and said, does that mean you're staying at Ole Miss? And yucked it up like that, right?
Yes.
Could he have at least done that?
He could have at least done that. Instead, he barked in the middle of the answer. But that's Pat McAfee. Does that response?
By the way, there was something that was said in that interview. I was watching the entire interview, and there was something that was said in that interview that should make Gator fans feel good. All right. And Lane Kiffin was yucking it up with McAfee and said something to the effect of, yeah, we're on a group text with Kirby Smart, a couple other coaches, Steve Sarkisian, and we have a saying, all right, about the coaching climate today. 1 loss, you're out of the top 10. 2 losses, you're out of the top 20. 3 losses, you're out of a job. All right. And that was one of the things he said. And so McAfee was asking him about it. And Lane Kiffin goes, well, that's essentially what just happened to Brian Kelly at LSU. 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss. He's out of a job. So to me, that was Lane Kiffin saying, I ain't going to LSU.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you could. But is it that?
Why would he? If he was going to LSU, why would he have even said that?
Yeah, that definitely holds some water. But could he also be talking about any job in the SEC? I mean, doesn't it just? If that's what SEC coaches are saying, isn't that about the conference and not any particular team? Because
could be.
I mean, Florida had a lot more losses. Napier. Well, it's because he had more than 3 losses. Okay.
He had 3 wins.
Yeah, right. Yeah, opposite end of the spectrum there. I would love to be a fly on the wall in that text chain, by the way. What an experience that would be. Up next, more Game On coming at you. Don't move a muscle. Continue to text in 50857. We're right back after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Let me tell you about Don Mealy Chevrolet right now. All right, Don Mealy Chevrolet has their red tag sale going on as we speak. It's the Chevy red tag sale, and I'll tell you, it's incredible. You can get a 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT for just $409 a month for 36 months, or get 0% APR financing. How good is that? You can visit Don Mealy Chevrolet or dmchevy.com before the red tags are gone. Don Mealy Chevrolet has been Central Florida's truck headquarters for 50 years. That's when Don started the dealership out in Claremont. Now his son Jay runs the dealership, and he still has those same family values. In fact, he even gives customers his personal email address. So again, visit Don Mealy or go to dmchevy.com before the red tags are gone. Chevy, together, let's drive.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
Look out for a crash getting cleared up on I-4 eastbound before the beach line there. There's slowdowns starting to pile up on the major roadways. You're going to get caught up in some delays on I-4 heading through the city near that 408 interchange. Delays on I-4 westbound through that Champions Gate area, and it's stop and go southbound on Florida's Turnpike before Osceola Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery? The experts at Batteries Plus will have you in and out fast. Replacements usually take about 20 minutes. No appointment needed. Want to extend the life of your car battery too? Ask about their premier installation. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So
Let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Betting exchanges have become the new craze in sports betting, and there is no one on the internet that does it better than BetterEdge. So transparent, so honest, so user-friendly. BetterEdge gives you that little extra advantage that you need. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a while. I did not start making money consistently until I started using BetterEdge. I also share competitions every Friday that we can dive into together as well. My Beat Brandon Challenge. Sign up for the first time, get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon when you sign up at BetterEdge.com or on the BetterEdge app.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Annuities, not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Just because we're called Eustace Roofing doesn't mean we don't serve Orlando. We've proudly protected Central Florida homes for over 65 years. Real craftsmen, real experts, real roofers. Visit eustaceroofing.com for a free estimate.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Isn't it nice to know at least one of your streaming apps is completely free?
Yeah, you get the iHeartRadio app without the pesky monthly fee.
Live radio, playlists for everything, and the most podcasts on the planet.
Join the millions who already have it. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't flip. Push your gameplay beyond performance with Intel Core Ultra processors for the next era of gaming. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E and maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search. Power up at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
You know, I'm not a full-blown minimalist, but I subscribe to some beliefs that essentially means purpose over abundance, adding more games. How about focusing on quality of games? How about we just focus on less flags? Maybe we fix the Pro Bowl. Maybe you make it to where kids can actually go to these games so that they create an alcohol-free section so that, little Johnny can go enjoy the game and he's not watching a fight break out in section 115.
I don't know what's gotten into you. You're the old man on this show.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. #1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good. Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Text in 50857. You can also hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. We call that our Rage Cage. Rage about whatever it is you'd like. Our text question today is about comebacks. What would you like to see make a comeback? You can throw in sports-related items, but we were looking for more of real-life things. Like, I would love to see the Dolphins make a comeback at some point before I'm 6 feet deep.
Somebody had a good one on the text line.
Yeah, what?
And I want to amend it a little bit too. The texter said Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, that used to be such a ritual when you were a kid to get up and watch the Saturday morning cartoons. But I want to amend that a little bit. Do you remember when there used to be, you would go to a movie and there would be a cartoon before the movie, like a little?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love that. The little cartoon before the movie.
Isn't that how Mickey Mouse got his start? He was Steamboat Willie. It was just a pre-movie cartoon, I think. It was like a silent film. That's going back a ways.
It was a whole movie. I think Steamboat Willie was a whole movie. If I don't know. Ask John Morgan. He's the guy who was suing. He was suing Disney so he could use Steamboat Willie.
Well, it's one of those two things, but yeah, that's I don't really need the. I would like us to remove more of the fluff from the movie experience. Just go. I would think it would be cool if it's that your movie starts at 7:30. You sit down at 7:30. Boom, the movie starts.
No, I like the previews and the cartoon beforehand. No, that's ridiculous.
See, the thing is Bianchi hasn't been to the theaters since they showed cartoons. You don't even know it's not happening anymore. You haven't been there in so long.
Here's the other thing I would like to see make a comeback, and not that I want to see like physical record albums make a comeback, but the experience of getting a new album with the little lyric book in there. And you would actually sit there and listen to the album and read the lyrics as the song is being played.
You know that did make a comeback, right?
I know albums have sort of made a comeback, but I don't think they do the lyric books and all that stuff anymore, do they?
I don't know
for it.
Do they charge extra for
like
the
an
lyric
sale
book?
now? So if you want the deluxe package, you get the lyric sheet and all that good stuff.
We have a record player at the house. My wife likes to listen to records, and I often try and remind her that this is free online, right?
Yeah, and plus
all the $40 to get these records.
Plus all the millennials who say, "Oh, the records sound so much better than the digital." No, they don't. No, they don't. As a guy who grew up on albums, not even close. Give me the good digital sound.
By the way, to the person who says I don't see yesterday's podcast on iHeart, try again. Okay, hit refresh. I was on that last night.
You just put it up.
No, I put it up last night.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to hear that mess. No, we're on top of it over here. Are we buying the recent surge from the Jacksonville Jaguars? We'll check in with our resident Jags reporter, Mia O'Brien, coming up. More Game On the way. We'll pause for a moment. Let the talented folks at Fox Sports Radio get you all caught up with the latest in sports. We're back in 60 seconds.
Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Welcome back to the show. Game on the iHeartRadio app, streaming across the Sunshine State, Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee. We got you covered. It's the best damn afternoon show in the state. And Mia O'Brien is going to be joining us to make it even better in just a moment. We are awaiting that phone call right now as we speak. But, Mike, before we dig back into the Jags, let's dig back into this text line. Somebody said that they wish that Crystal Pepsi would make a comeback. I don't know about all of that.
Yeah. There is no more dogged reporter.
Oh, okay. Where's is Mia? Oh, we have Mia. Mia, welcome to the show. How are we doing today?
Yeah. Oh, you brought me right on. I was just about to say there's no one more dedicated once more to the craft and finding those guests than Jaden. My apologies. We're wrapping up a podcast for Thursday's Club 904 with our friend JP Acosta of CBS Sports.
We actually have a different producer today. Jaden is on a much-deserved vacation, so that's our guy, Cam the Man, who's filling in quite nicely. So still dogged as we make sure that they all fit the same mold. But Mia, I have two words for you. Ezra Cleveland. You said that the offensive line, beefing up that line, him coming back would make a difference, and boy, did it ever.
Yeah, and you've doubted me. Come on now, Kravitz. Now you learn. Never doubt Mo Bryan. Yeah, that 7 yards a pop stat was pretty fortuitous, I suppose. Maybe that's the word in terms of my prediction that Ezra Cleveland being inserted into this offensive line would change dramatically the run game's hopes. But I also think, and JP and I were talking about this, Johnny Venerable of PHNX and I talked about it on today's show too, the Los Angeles Chargers trotting out as light of boxes as they do, Liam Cohen immediately said, fine, we're going to run in between the tackles. 47 carries, which is the best mark in the National Football League in a single game this year, 40 of them coming in between the tackles. They just played bully ball. It's as simple as that. They said, you know what, we're going to out Harbaugh and friends, because we're going to force their defensive backs and their safeties to have to come up to the line of scrimmage and challenge us with their physicality. And the Jaguars won out. And so now the challenge is, you've proven that you are that physical outfit that you said you would be in the early onset of August. You need to go out and replicate that week in and week out.
Is Basil Tootin the new starting running back?
No, not in the least. I think that they are still going to ride the hot hand as needed. I keep joking about it, but I do think it's true. He is a rookie. I think his contact balance, while great at Virginia Tech and has shown flashes here in the early goings of his NFL career, I think it still leaves a little bit to be desired. I think some of it is just rookie anxious nerves. And I think that once he gets that contact balance down, yes, he's undoubtedly a lead back, but they love Travis Etienne, and they also love that pony personnel, 21 personnel package where they can have two running backs on the field at the same time. I've also told you guys since September, don't sleep on LaQuint Allen and what they're able to do with the 21-year-old seventh-round rookie out of Syracuse as their third down back. Robert Hainsey told me after the game on Sunday that he thinks LaQuint Allen right now is the best pass-blocking running back in the National Football League in just 10 games into his NFL career. And I think that they're going to be able to do some fun stuff with him as the season progresses as well.
Mia, what's Liam Cohen's plan? He said after the game, hey, we play better when we're pissed off. What's his plan to piss this team off going into the Cardinals and the game this week?
And I'd probably read more of the press clippings here in Jacksonville and watching videos and, probably firing up an Austin Lane, Pete Prisco breakdown or something like that. I'm just kidding. Although, trust me, they are always listening in that Jaguars locker room. They're paying attention and they're keeping score. I think that ultimately now, and Robert Hainsey said this as well, this idea of that's now the standard. And so get pissed off with yourself if you can't reach that standard because you know what you're capable of. And that should frustrate you if you can't emulate that week in and week out.
Also, Kravitz had a theory about Trevor Lawrence's, the plays on the sweatband this past week. And Kravitz said, didn't you say Trevor Lawrence used to have the plays on his arm?
So, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, because I brought this up yesterday, and then I said we're going to have to confirm with Mia on this because she'll definitely know. that Trevor Lawrence played with the call sheet on his wristband throughout his career, and that was something that Liam Cohen took away. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. It was a joint decision between Trevor and the staff to try to play without it the first 9 games of the season. You're seeing something similar play out in Chicago with Caleb Williams. So I don't think it's just a Liam Cohen thought process, because clearly Ben Johnson is having coming from the same school of thought. But yes, this was the first game of the season and the first time since last year that he did have the call sheet on his wrist.
How about that, Mikey?
So essentially it was a mistake to take it away?
I don't think it was a mistake to take it away. I just think that, and Trevor has admitted this, like, this is, as much as like JP and I were just recording and talking about how the principles of this offense, like there's about 5 or 6 basic plays, and then kind of, it stems from the Shanahan tree. Then there's variations of the play and different nuances, whether that be pre-snap motion, jet sweeps, whether the tight end's going to the right or the left in pass blocking. Like, that stuff changes from play to play, but ultimately the basic tenets are the same. And I think that that's a little bit more sophisticated than what Trevor is used to. And it's not that he can't handle it, but I think that they were trying to keep it as, Liam says the play, you say the play. But they've also focused since day one when Liam arrived on trying to break the huddle efficiently. And when you're not getting to the line until there's 10 seconds left on the play clock, and then you're getting to the line, seeing what the defense presents, and then trying to change the play with 5 seconds on the play clock, then you're basically setting yourself up for a loss. And so you saw it this past weekend. I'll be curious to see if it happens in Arizona again on Sunday, that the Jaguars were breaking the huddle with more than 15 seconds on the play clock. And that allowed for, hey, if we need to adjust, we have the time to do so.
It seems like
also,
go ahead, Mike.
Jacoby Myers led the team in receptions. Brian Thomas Jr. obviously didn't play this past week. What's the future of the wide receiver position this season?
Yeah, so according to Brent Martineau of Action Sports Jax, who was down on the field pregame, he saw Brian Thomas Jr. warming up. So despite that report from Ian Rappaport that Brian Thomas Jr. would not play early on Sunday morning, I mean, he warmed up. So that's at least encouraging that they are trending him towards playing next week. He obviously was questionable going into the game and practiced in limited fashion throughout the week. And so I think that what's going to be interesting for me is not Brian Thomas Jr.'s snap count. It's going to be how that affects the rest of the wide receiver room by bringing him back in, because I think when you reinsert him into this lineup, you're putting him at an X or a Z position, which is funny because that's where ultimately Liam Cohen and the staff have started Jacoby Myers since he arrived in town 14 days ago. He has played in his career since 2019. 50% of his snaps have been on the inside and 50% have been outside. They started him at the X and the Z. I think eventually he lands at that do-it-all, play all 3 receiver spot, but predominantly playing out of the slot role that, quite frankly, this team was hoping Brian Thomas Jr. would take on that role, and it never materialized. And so I think by reinserting BTJ into the lineup, you're not taking away snaps from Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is taking the BT role, and BTJ takes on De'Ami Brown's role and Travis Hunter's role as more of that Z and X receiver, in turn creating more opportunities to stretch the field vertically, be a burner, which is what he was at LSU. It may not be that top 5, top 10 wide receiver do-it-all who we thought he would be, and maybe he still becomes that player, but it does ensure he gets on the field and that this entire operation is not operating within a 10-yard box.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to make him functional again, and that's a big slide backwards this year. Talking to me, O'Brien, dogged Jags reporter. Jags fans have to be looking at the upcoming schedule and kind of salivating. Arizona is very beatable. Then it's Tennessee. They're one of the most beatable. They got the Jets, another matchup with Tennessee. It does feel like it's a little bit of control your own destiny mode because it's a lot of very beatable teams and then 2 games against the Colts. So is that the right mindset as we go down the final stretch?
Absolutely. It's what Liam Cohen's preaching to his team right now. Everything they want is right in front of them. They do control their own destiny, but at the same time, they have to take this one game at a time. This is a Cardinals team that at 3-7 after starting 2-0, they're on life support, much like the Houston Texans were described by Ian Eagle and J.J. Watt on that broadcast on CBS 2 weeks ago, that this is their season. And while the Cardinals are probably out of it in a loaded NFC, and especially a loaded NFC West, there's going to be a lot of pride on the line and probably some people's jobs. And even without Kyler Murray starting after his quote-unquote soft benching, I think that you will see an inspired Cardinals outfit. And so therefore the Jaguars cannot overlook them. And yes, once you get Tennessee the next week, I think they're kind of checked out. So maybe that's a little bit easier. But point being, Liam Cohen just keeps stressing to his team, just go play a football game today. We'll worry about what's to come next week after Sunday at 5 or 6 p.m. in the afternoon. Like, it has to be, we're letting it loose and we're just playing a game today before we start worrying. To be clear, though, Jaguar fans, yes, they are salivating at the schedule because don't forget the Jags also host the Jets that second week of December as well.
Yeah, it's it does look nice. The meat of the schedule is definitely outside of the Colts and a Broncos game. That is already over and done with. Mia O'Brien, Jags insider, ESPN Radio, the host of the Club 904 podcast. Appreciate all of the coverage, Mia. Thank you.
Always, friend. Sorry I was late, but you can look forward to a great running game film breakdown with JP Acosta coming Thursday to Action Sports Jacks and the Club 904 podcast.
A good pour a nice red glass of wine, get a blanket, and snuggle in for that. Thanks, Mia. Now, Mike, who benched Kyler Murray faster, you or Jonathan Gannon?
The soft benching, is that what Mia called it?
That is what it's called. That when you claim
soft is a good word to describe Kyler Murray. I don't know about soft benching.
Soft benching is when you don't say he's benched, you tell everybody he's injured, but really you're benching him. That's what that is. Coming up next, the Magic have a big-time battle at home tonight. Can they reclaim their winning ways against Steph and company? We'll check in with the voice of the Magic, Jake Chapman, coming up right here on Game On next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Touchdowns win games, and they win bets, too. I hit one on Trey Tucker last night for Monday Night Football, and wow, it was sweet. Pick your favorite playmaker to find the end zone in Week 12 over on Hard Rock Bet. Thursday Night Football action coming up in a couple of days. Josh Allen to rumble into the end zone. Get that at -105. Head to Hard Rock Bet. See what they have for you. You'll find boosted odds, in-game bets, props, teasers, parlays, and more. The app is a game changer for sports fans, and Hard Rock Bet is my go-to source as a sports fan, whether I'm tracking trends or I'm getting into the action myself. The app is for me. Everything you need. It's now updated to the second. Payouts are lightning quick. Download the app. Let's cash some tickets together. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rocket my favorite beach getaway? Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Traffic starting to crawl on I-4 getting through the city near that 408 interchange. It's stop and go on I-4 westbound before Darrell Carter Parkway, and expect to get caught up in delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Osceola Parkway. Approaching St. John's River Bridge, there's delays on I-4 eastbound as well. The roadways are getting busy. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Brown.
At the rodeo, you got 8 seconds to see who's who. Now, AT&T, this ain't our first rodeo. We can spot a hustle from clear across the arena. Take T-Mobile. Well, they talk a big game and then get smacked with challenges for deceptive ads. AT&T's been steady in the saddle since 1876. When you compare, there's no comparison.
Based on RootMetrics United States Root Score Report 1H 2025. Tested with best commercially available smartphones on 3 national mobile networks across all available network types. Your experiences may vary. RootMetrics rankings are not an endorsement of AT&T based on advertising challenges filed by competitors.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Have an easy holiday only at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, plus shipping supplies and services to get your packages delivered safely. Don't forget custom cards, invites, photo gifts, wrapping paper, and more. Staples. That was easy.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do.
You know who to call. Farah and Farah.
Orlando.
If you want to Windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Kohl's has 20% off gifts that are so good, your family might think you read their minds. Check off your list now with cozy, thoughtful, and stylish gifts that will make them say, oh, how did you know? Yep, with these presents from Kohl's, you're going to leave them feeling impressed and convinced that you're a psychic. Shop Kohl's for an extra 20% off gifts that are the perfect fit. Select styles. Offer ends November 22nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays.
It's the most wonderful time.
Open the app and search Holiday and find Magic 107.7, Orlando's Christmas station.
I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Plus stations playing specialized holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, plus tons of playlists, even podcasts.
Last Christmas.
Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Open the free iHeartRadio app now and search Holiday to start listening.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
At National Geographic Society, we believe in the power of wonder. It drives us to explore, pushes us to see the world differently, moves us to action. And we believe that today, wonder is more essential than ever. That's why we're supporting a new generation of explorers to ask big questions, make breakthroughs, and bring the future closer. Wonder awaits. Will you join us? Visit natgeo.org/wonder.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app.
This is Goga Bitadze of the Orlando Magic.
3, and he missed it, didn't even touch rim. Rebound Suggs. He'll pitch it ahead to Goga running the floor. He's got 3 Sixers around him, and Goga fancy footwork, and he'll flip it up and in.
Welcome back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. Now time for the latest on the Magic. Let's kick it back to the studio for the Magic Ward.
Magic versus Warriors tonight at Kia Center. Bring the popcorn and bring your ears to the radio. The man joining us right now will be on the call all the way throughout our game day coverage, powered by IBEW Local 606, proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with the supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. That's IBEW Local 606. Jake Chapman, Magic Radio voice, joins us now. Jake, how you doing, and what's the latest? I guess more importantly, how's Jalen Suggs doing?
Don't know yet. We'll have to see when he goes through his shooting spot. Death taxes and doing radio interviews during sound check.
Yes.
That's what I'm dealing with right now at Kia Center. Go away from the very loud Wendell Carter Jr. announcement. Hopefully Coach Mosley will shed a little light on Jalen's availability coming up a little closer to game time. You know how it goes, BK. What's Dante's line about the nuclear codes? We won't know until everybody knows. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, and I understand the struggle with the sound check. The sound check at Kia Center moves my afternoon schedule by a considerable amount. Otherwise, I'd be there right now. But you know, it does get, they got a lot of work to do over there, and sometimes it can get in the way of the radio broadcast. Steph dropped 56 the last time he was in the building. That's one of the reasons I'm very concerned about whether or not we see Jalen Suggs tonight, but he scored 9 in his last game. So, and that was a game that he played most of the night. Which one are we getting tonight? The 56 Steph or the 9-point Steph?
Well, the 9-point Steph was preceded by 2 40 pieces against the San Antonio Spurs over the weekend, right? So I think it'll probably be a little bit closer to the 56. Gosh, when you just start doing your prep, at some point, and I know you and I said this on the postgame show last year after you lit us up, you got to step back and appreciate its greatness. It's awesome that we get to see it. But yeah, let's slow him down tonight. Let's keep it a little closer to 9. We don't need him going off for another 50-plus points tonight. And he hits whatever it is. I don't know if it's the sight lines, if it's the lighting, like you said last year. His eyes light up, it seems like, when he sees blue and black. So having Jalen would obviously go a long way, but we'll see what Desmond Bane, what kind of an impact he can have defensively as well. And then obviously Anthony Black will be a big part of that as well.
Jake, who needs Steph Curry when you got Holy Moses Moody? Huh? You don't even need Steph.
He's been fantastic, Mike. And you think back to 2-3 years ago with some of the young talent they had and kind of the 2 timeline conversations as far as the Warriors go, and they kind of came through it. Kuminga's a good player. We don't know, he's hurt, but we don't know exactly what his future entails as far as Golden State goes. But Moses Moody is a piece, is a part of that thing. And, it's a Golden State team that shoots more threes and makes more threes than just about anybody in the league, top 3 and 4 in both of those. And Moses Moody in the middle of all of that. And then when you feel like you got that under control, you got to worry about Jimmy Butler and his slow, steady march to the free throw line. So we'll have our hands full tonight.
Jake, this next question, I'll try to ask it tactfully, all right? But this is about as tactful as I can say it. What in the hell is going on with Tyus Jones?
Well, I think you're seeing a not very competent offensive player right now. I mean, the jumper is just not falling for him. It's 7 straight games since he's scored. Like the assist to turnover ratio part, we love that, and he's setting guys up. And I think as you have injuries to the starting lineup, it kind of exposes the second unit a little bit because AB and Tristan are starting, and so your reserve group is shorthanded as is, or even more so now with the injuries to the starting lineup. So it's a tricky spot for him. I know he wants, he doesn't want to be breaking off possessions looking for his. That's just not the player he is. He is doing a good job setting guys up and not turning the ball over, but there is some scoring missing from that second unit right now. And whether it's Tyus Jones or Jet Howard. Guys need to be aggressive and hunt some shots. And I think hopefully against, some familiar opponents, things like that, we'll see Tyus kind of snap out of it. I have a feeling one of these games he's going to knock down 3 or 4 threes, and that'll get him going, but we'll have to see.
Also, you mentioned Tristan Da Silva. Why has he improved so much this year? What did he do during the offseason?
Well, I mean, it's first and foremost, he's knocking down his free balls. Look, Tristan, I think, is being given a bigger opportunity, and he's just such a solid basketball player. So we know when you're making threes within our offense and our attack, especially in contrast to last season, it looks really good. You're going to have a spot on the floor, but you've got a really good sort of bedrock with Tristan Da Silva, where he's got good size, he can defend multiple positions, he's a smart basketball player. He doesn't put the ball in the back unless he's got a hard closeout that he's attacking. Doesn't turn the ball over. He's just solid. And then when you incorporate making 40% of your threes on top of that, you've got a guy that you really can't keep off the floor right now.
Talking to Jake Chapman, Magic Radio voice ahead of tonight's big game against the Golden State Warriors. Pre-game at 6:30, tip-off at 7. The Magic 7-7 right now. That record by itself, without even watching the team, would suggest some inconsistencies. But do you feel like they've overcome that at this point? Obviously, you still lose a game in Houston and all of that, but in terms of we don't know what version of the Magic we're going to see tonight, which it felt like that at the very beginning of the year. Do you feel like the Magic are past that?
I do, not the least of which because your defense has returned, or at least you've gotten close to that defensive identity that you forged over the last 2-3 seasons, really. But I will say this, injuries can throw everything astray. I mean, any sort of rhythm that you were building is sort of put on hold right now until you get your guys back. The Magic starting 5 is the best net rating in the league of anybody who's played more than 100 minutes, but they've only played 101 minutes. It's like they barely qualify for that stat. So, that is something that I think until you feel like you're firing on all cylinders and building towards something with the guys that you will have all season long, it's a little precarious. With all of that said, I think you have enough to go into a game like this and feel like you definitely have a shot. You saw that pretty clearly on Sunday in Houston.
Jake Chapman, Magic Radio voice. He'll be on the call tonight. Make sure you're tuned in for that. I'll get you all settled at 6:30 with the Magic pregame show, and then Jake from 7 until that final horn sounds at the Kia Center. We'll have you on the play-by-play. Thanks so much, Jake. Go back to that sound check.
All right, thanks, guys.
Coming up next. By the way, Mike, who needs points? Okay, points are overrated. Tyus Jones question. Come on.
7 games without scoring. 7 straight games.
I love a good streak. At this point, I'm cheering for him not to score. Up next, we're talking dollars and cents, the money behind how the Pats got so good so fast and the money they're about to have to burn on their quarterback. All of that more next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Oh, that chill is in the air, which means the heat will be kicked on for many of you before you know it. Make sure your AC system is pumping right before the holidays with Mills Air. Whether you need a whole new unit, need an update to an existing unit, Mills Air can help keep your home cool and energy efficient while improving your air quality all at the same time. Voted best in Orlando, no one does it quite like Mills. They offer indoor air quality services in Central Florida that are simply unmatched. Keep the air in your home clean for the health of you and for your family. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. El Campeon, the Champion, was founded in 1917 and is one of the most tradition-steeped courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, Tell them I sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. You can also play pickleball, tennis, or rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. Also celebrate the holiday with their special Thanksgiving holiday brunch on Thursday, November 27th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Oh, is it going to be good? Secure your table easily by making a reservation on opentable.com, or you can make reservations for the hotel, golf tee times, and the Thanksgiving brunch at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, your next great escape is closer than you think.
The mix of salty sea air and burnt rubber. The big skies, high banks, and grandstands. The rumble in your chest. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. Honoring history and making it. At the biggest race of the year on the biggest stage of a lifetime. The Daytona 500. You got to see it to believe it. February 15th, 2026. Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. stock exchange, but there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited investor and want more from your investments, it's time to think beyond just stocks and bonds. Call Trajan today, 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
At Farmers Insurance, we often wonder, why would you buy a top-of-the-line smartphone only to protect it with the cheapest case? Would you invest thousands in a home reno but use the cheapest electrical wiring? And to apply that common sense further, why would you ever compromise on the quality of your insurance? The answer is simple. You wouldn't. If it's important, it's not worth compromising. That's why with Farmers, you can get quality and savings. Get a quote today at farmers.com.
We are farmers.
Underwritten by Farmers, Trucker Fire Insurance Exchanges, or affiliate. Products not available in every state.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
Mark Daniels for International Diamond Center. Nobody knows diamonds like International Diamond Center, and nobody prices diamonds more fairly than IDC. Now, that includes lab-grown diamonds. If you're considering a lab-grown diamond, IDC has made arrangements with a wholesaler so they can save you thousands. The fact is, a lot of lab-grown diamonds being sold online and through other retailers are grossly overpriced with markups as much as 800%. The folks at IDC prefer natural diamonds, but they got tired of seeing lab-grown buyers being taken advantage of. So they found a way to offer a much less expensive lab-grown option. If you're thinking about a lab-grown diamond, see what IDC can do for you with their wholesaler connection. Another example of how IDC is revolutionizing retail jewelry with more transparency, honest pricing, and a long-term vision. Don't buy a diamond from any place else. It's our friends at IDC. Shop at IDC, International Diamond Center, Audubon Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya Guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit tremfya.com.
Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
The Magic try to get back into the win column tonight. They'll host Golden State. Orlando had their 3-game win streak snapped by Houston on Sunday. College basketball, it rolls on tonight, too, with Florida State hosting UT Martin. Seminoles are looking to rebound from their loss to Florida. And some changes are expected when the new college football playoff rankings are released. That'll happen tonight after some mild chaos during Week 12. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, the holidays have to go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come equipped with the latest safety technology to keep your festive plans on track. Discover the incredible offers for yourself at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank. Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. He's the Sultan of Salary, our very own sports financial guru. When athletes get paid, he's our go-to guy. He's Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com.
Mike Giannetti, our go-to sports financial expert, the best in the business. You can find his work over at SpotTrack.com and check out his SpotTrack podcast weekly for a full breakdown on everything that we discuss here and more. Mike, you know I am a running back truther to the max, but this Ashton Genty pick, I don't know if this is panning out. 6th overall this year, 1.2 yards per carry last night. Do you think the Raiders wish they had that one back?
What, do you have 3 carries last night? Is that what he had?
I think it was more than that.
I think the Raiders wish they had a lot of things. And this is just the latest addition to that list. It's a bit of a mess there, right? And I'm sure Max Crosby is contemplating his recent decision, just like Myles Garrett is in Cleveland. But in terms of the running back, look, you're going to have to take these swings every now and then. There was a time when this player was generationally able to change an offense. There's still a world that exists. It's still new. It's fresh. It's 11 weeks. But yeah, look, you know, built to the trenches. If you don't have those built, you're not ready for a quarterback.
The third team since 1991 with 30 or more dropbacks and 4 fewer runs in the first half. First team. The Raiders, I think I saw that they're paying Chip Kelly something like $6 million a year, which would make him the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL. Do you have those numbers as far as coordinator pay, and is that accurate?
I don't have the whole league, but I've heard that exact number myself, and it makes sense. You're going to have to overpay to get some people to show up in Las Vegas for that team right now. They're paying Genty $9 million a year. He's one of the top 10 highest paid running backs in football, Brandon. So there's not much value anywhere on that roster right now.
My God. We had another spitting incident in the sports world. Jamar Chase now suspended for the Bengals-Patriots game. How much was that wad of saliva worth to Jamar Chase?
Yeah, it's an expensive loogie. It's over $500,000 for just that 1 week missed, and we'll see what the appeal does. But I did check into this quickly. I did some homework, believe it or not. I read the actual contract a little bit, just I was curious. This does not. I don't believe this breaches his guarantee suspension void, which would be a much, much bigger deal. Because imagine spitting on a player and then losing out on $90 million guaranteed over the next couple seasons. That would be potentially what could happen in certain suspension instances.
Mike, a couple of college questions for you. You said on our show a couple of weeks ago that the price tag to hire Lane Kiffin as a head coach will be close to 10 years, $150 million. with all the hype and hoopla now, I'm starting to wonder, has the price tag gone up in 2 weeks?
Man, it's tough not to think that way, right? I mean, LSU is going to come in swinging even bigger than I think we thought, and Florida's certainly not going away. So if he's got the right teams interested at the right time, it seems like some of the other chips have started to fall in. So maybe the supply is starting to thin out as well. I'm with you. I think every week this goes by, it gets more and more, and we'll see what kind of extension offer he gets internally there. But it sure seems like he's leaving for what could be the highest coaching contract in the history of American sports.
Also, the Big Ten's private equity plan, where they were supposed to get $2.4 billion from some private equity firm. I guess that's fallen through because Michigan and USC don't want any part of it. Explain to me why the Big Ten needs private equity. Don't they have enough money?
Yeah, need is the right word. They definitely don't need this, but in order to sort of put themselves in the stratosphere of the SEC, they believe that they have to infuse as much cash and capital as humanly possible. So it does make some sense in that regard. I'm impressed with the big schools here kind of turning around and saying, no, thank you. We want to be a little bit on the honorable side and do this the right way. We're making plenty of cash. We're printing plenty of cash, and we're attracting all the right players. I think they're just, instead of going this route, they just want to wait this whole thing out a little bit more and see if there is some sort of super league with these 2 or 3 conferences that exist they certainly will make this kind of money on their own at that point in time once they breach away from the NCAA. So I think the waiting game is the right move. But look, money is money, and that's the answer to most problems here.
Oh, wow.
Talking to Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com, Drake May has already worked himself into the conversation to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, at least right now, with where he sits in the MVP odds. Will those negotiations start the second the season is over, or does he still have more time?
One more year. They've got a full 2026 season of value with this guy, where they can't even talk contract until December 2026. So it's house money. They've got like $70 million in 2026 cap space right now, according to our numbers. They've got draft capital. They've got some movement. They've got players they can still trade away right now. They're going to be as aggressive as they were this past offseason and then some, because they felt pretty good about Drake May in last March. They're going to feel really good about Drake May this coming March, and it's going to be a really, really fun team to watch.
So they're going to be the winners of the offseason when we get there, most likely.
I would think so, as long as things kind of stay on track. And look, if they go and win a playoff game or two, then certainly they're going to be turning around saying, what do we have to do? What kind of pieces do we need to get to the finish line? We've seen this with teams like Minnesota and Seattle in the past kind of tread lightly in these instances. I don't believe that'll be the case here. I think they have the coach they want, the quarterback they want, and enough capital and assets to really make some noise this offseason.
Yeah, the problem is once you become that paper champion, it's really hard to meet that level of expectation. Just ask the Commanders. We were having this exact same conversation. Cap space, young quarterback, looks like an MVP. They go out and make all these moves. We fall in love with them even more, and now they're middle of the road at best.
I'll respond with this, though. Washington made a lot of moves, but a lot of those moves were aging players. They tried to Band-Aid some things with players that certainly have the experience, but may not have the ability to go on the field and make hay. Whereas New England spent a lot more money, right? Milton Williams, biggest free agent contract of the offseason, and the list goes on from there. They spent real young dollars this past offseason, both from a trade standpoint and a free agent standpoint. And you're seeing that pay off on the field right now. So I think Washington maybe shot themselves in the foot a little bit here, trying to get cute with this thing. And I bet they change course this coming offseason.
Mike Giannetti.
Mike, why wouldn't the Patriots just take it down to the wire? I mean, you say that they can't even start negotiating till next year, but why would they even start negotiating then? Why wouldn't they be like the 49ers and Brock Purdy, just take it to the end?
Pressure, right? The agents are going to get involved. There's a potential chance for a holdout. They don't have to. There's no question about that. But the other way to look at this is, as soon as you get him on that extension, you can spread out this value, right? If you get to the situation like you did with Dallas and Dak Prescott, you're dealing with $60 million, $80 million cap hits because you've squished things together too much. So you want to spread this out if you're comfortable with that player as long as possible. And he'll want to do that as well to get to that third contract as quickly as possible as well.
Gotcha.
Mike Giannetti, sports financial analyst, the best in the game. Go find his work at spottrack.com, on Twitter at SPOTRAC, and download the Spot Track podcast as well. Multiple episodes a week presented by our partners at Better Edge. Thanks so much, Mike.
Thank you.
Kravitz, I would be a terrible owner. I would not pay big money like that until I absolutely had to. I would be a terrible owner.
Oh, yeah, we know, Mike. Okay, you'd be like the Cincinnati Bengals. Just everybody's holding out. Trey Hendrickson? We don't need defense.
I wouldn't have paid Tua, and I wouldn't have paid Trevor Lawrence. Two good decisions that would have been.
Yeah, that's true. And sometimes being cheap, being frugal in sports does benefit you, but you'd be like that. You'd be like that with Mahomes. Are you kidding me? Up next, we want to hear from you. Text in 50857. Hit us up on the iHeart Talkback as well. Your responses to us thus far on the way next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Hey, you ever see that perfect alley-oop? The crowd goes wild. Everyone knows it's a slam dunk. That's what it feels like selling your home with the Nickley Group. Homes in Central Florida are moving. More showings, more contracts, and more closings than ever before. Sellers are sitting on record equity, and they are cashing in big. And the Nickley Group gives you options. Guarantee. How about a guaranteed cash offer? Close fast, skip the showing, or you can list on the open market and get your best price. Buy before you sell. You can avoid the stress altogether. These guys sell homes every 9 hours. They're the #1 real estate team in Central Florida for a reason. Get your guaranteed cash offer today at thenicklygroup.com. That's thenicklygroup.com. Tell them I sent you. Heck, I might even be at your next closing. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
This is your Tools Ace Hardware assist of the night. How good can this Magic team be? Well, with a little help from the right people, the sky is the limit for Palo and Company.
Now Palo on the run out. He'll lay it up and in and one.
If you're gearing up for game day, Tools Ace is your MVP for grilling greatness. From Big Green Egg to Traeger, they've got everything you need to fire up the flavor. With 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in Windermere, Tools Ace is your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place every night and your best stop before the game. ToolsAceHardware.com, and go Magic.
Left wing 3-ball up. That's it. That ball's snapping around. This team is hard to beat.
Right lane's blocked due to an accident on Lake Mary Boulevard westbound before the Greenway. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. Traffic's crawling on I-4 westbound through the city near that 408 interchange. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 westbound through that Celebration area into the Champions Gate area. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Miss us while we're gone? Download the Game On podcast on iHeartRadio and take us with you wherever and whenever you want. It's all of Bianchi and I's wildest takes on demand on the daily. And while you're at it, make us your #1 preset as well. Just search Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the state of Florida's premier sports talk radio show. Now back to these ads.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger, Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select appliances like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. Check out the newest LG refrigerator with new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. Shop Black Friday savings on select LG appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3, U.S. only. See store or online for details.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
Out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Bet it or forget it. You would trade both your dog and your cat for $100,000.
Oh, bet it. That's the easiest bet. That's the easiest. I'm taking the person on the person on the other side of that bet is getting taken to the woodshed. Okay. First of all, my dog has lived a very long and fruitful life. Okay. You're not going to get a lot of time with him. He's about 13 years old. So he's that's just the reality is he's near the end of the road and my cat sucks. So I would trade her for $10 and a ham sandwich. And I'd tell it to her face.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. This is the beat of sports.
Notre Dame is ranked where they are because they lost early and have won 6 straight, and because they're Notre Dame. Well, the committee shouldn't take that into account. They do. You can't tell 12 individuals who know the value of a brand pretend it doesn't exist. Because here's the opposite of that. Has anybody watched Louisville football other than the game against Miami? Louisville this season is 7-1. They're 15th in the playoff committee's poll. Their lone loss was to Virginia by 3 points. They beat Miami, but the brand's not there for Louisville. You'd say, well, Notre Dame's a 2-loss team right ahead of them. Heck, if you're Louisville, you're looking and go, wait a minute. Utah, 2 losses. Oklahoma, 2 losses. Texas, 2 losses. Why? Because no matter all the data you put in front of people and all the access you give them to the data, and this isn't, let's just beat up on the committee. They're human. It's just the reality of the TV contracts and where they sit.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Tuesdays are a triple threat at Wing House. Dig into $3 street tacos packed with bold flavor. Sip on $3 well drinks and enjoy a refreshing $3 16-ounce domestic draft. You see that? The triple threat, the $3. Very creative marketing. It is the perfect midweek escape with unbeatable deals and a laid-back vibe. Whether you're flying solo or you're rolling with the crew, Taco Tuesday at Wing House, always a win. 3 Central Florida locations, Wing House, good food, beautifully served. Mike, at the beginning of the broadcast today, you said, Kravitz, are we on YouTube? And we were, and we are still, but you could not see your image. Can you see what I am looking at now? It looks like I'm watching a TV show. Your box looks like a TV show from the 1950s. It's like grainy, kind of black and white. I can barely make out your face.
I got my light on it now. Can you see
No,
that?
that's not the problem. There's a connectivity issue going on your side of the equation. You look
As far as darkness?
like right now, your image is it's just a stuck.
I mean, can you see me
You
shaking
like-
my head?
No. Do you know those ink plots that psychologists will show to their clients? That's kind of what you look like.
Like I can see, I look fine on what I'm seeing.
It's somebody let me know if Bianchi is still, if you can see his face on the stream. Maybe it's me. On the text line at 50857, we're giving away Cheap Trick tickets right now. Somebody said that if you had to compare an NFL, a Florida-based team to Cheap Trick, which team would you compare them to? That's kind of an old band. What's the oldest team in football right now across the state?
Well, Cheap Trick is also they're sort of a one-hit wonder, really. I want you to want me. That's as far as I can remember, that was their only really big hit. So
Cam, will you do me a favor? Go into our system here and see how much. I'm curious how many Cheap Trick songs we have in the iHeart bank. I think is that usually because we don't play stuff on our music stations that aren't commercial hits. I'm curious how many Cheap Trick songs we have.
There's quite a few. There's at least like 10.
So yeah, see, they're bigger than that.
Don't Be Cruel, Dream Police, Gonna Raise Hell. A bunch
Don't
of
Be
others
Cruel.
too.
First of all, Don't Be Cruel is an Elvis song. They must have copied that and must have did a cover of that.
Well, the question was today, what would you like to see make a comeback? This is my favorite one, Mike. We love when people suck up to us, so there's a good chance this person's going to see Cheap Trick. The comeback we all wanted was Bianchi and Kravitz back on the air today, and we already got it.
Cheap Trick is not a one-hit wonder, according to Google.
You want to play something? Just pick a random Cheap Trick song. Let's see if we recognize the tune. I'm going to rely on Bianchi for this. That sound familiar?
Got a Christmas one.
And they have a Christmas album. Come on, you're not a one-hit wonder when you have a Christmas album.
I was never a Cheap Trick fan, quite frankly. That's it. I like that.
I can see Bianchi dancing to this.
I'm digging it.
I like that song. Never heard it, but I like it.
I can see Bianchi going up to Brenda on the dance floor. Hey, you want to come and ride in my 57 Cadillac? My spacious back seat.
57 Chevy, baby.
Oh, yeah. I was so close. Somebody said, bring back Kiefer Sutherland's 24. It's been too long. But the theme of that show was that it was like 24 hours in the life of Kiefer Sutherland's character. Once those 24 hours are up, doesn't that expire the show's relevance? I never watched it, but I assume, I guess you could go to day 2.
Somebody on YouTube says my video quality looks good to them, but somebody else says I'm frozen.
Okay.
Fixed before it.
Very strange that we're getting mixed reviews on that. But one thing that will not get mixed reviews on is the quality of the substance and the takes that I am about to deliver on Bet It or Forget It, the daily game show that has taken Sports Talk Radio by storm. So we'll step aside. We'll pause for a moment, let the talented folks at Fox Sports Radio get you all caught up with the latest in sports. More Game On coming your way across the state of Florida. We're back in 60 seconds. Here's what you need to know.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz is back. Time to see if they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. Let's get into another round of Bet It or Forget It.
Bet It or Forget It, brought to you by the worldwide leader in peer-to-peer betting, Better Edge. If you're tired of trying to beat the house, bet against your peers instead. Introducing Better Edge, the sports betting exchange that lets you set the odds, you challenge your friends, and you cash in when you are right. Use the promo code BeatBrandon and sign up for $20 upon your first arrival. That's betteredge.com or on the Better Edge app. Things that we want to see make a comeback. One of the things that I would have said had you asked me this a year ago was the NBA on NBC, but we got it, and I love it. It is everything that I wanted and more.
What about this one, the Bud Bowl? The Bud Bowl needs to make a comeback during the Super Bowl. I used to love the Bud Bowl.
Was that was Bud Light versus Budweiser?
Yeah. And a little foot, and they'd have the bottles playing.
Yeah, that is
football.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they haven't gotten rid of the Puppy Bowl yet. That's a staple on Super Bowl Sunday. You mentioned
Spuds McKenzie.
Who's that?
You remember Spuds McKenzie? No. Wasn't he the Budweiser dog, like the dog? He was like a cult. He was a cult classic. You're old enough to remember Spuds McKenzie.
I don't. I remember the Frogs. Well, I would be okay. We should bring the Bud. Wise or were those?
Let's see. Google Spud McKenzie. You will recognize, or Spuds McKenzie.
Spuds. That's a great name for a dog, by the way. Well, that's hilarious. No, that was in the late 80s. I was 4 years old in the late 80s.
Okay. Was it that long ago?
I was born in 80.
I lose track of time.
As most senior citizens do, Mike. Things that people want to see make a comeback. Flannel shirts. I think those are making a comeback. Go to Target. They got them all over the place.
I didn't know they ever went away. I still wear I've worn my flannel shirts for years.
Mike didn't get the memo. This is one that I completely agree with, is bring back wired headphone holes for smartphones. I lose my wired ones about every other month. And here's the thing, in radio, we use headphones every day. You can't use Bluetooth headphones when you're doing radio. You got to plug it in. And so I am still very much in the market for plug-in headphones. I like using Bluetooth, but I would like the option of just sticking a wire into my phone. And now you have to have an adapter. It's a whole thing, and it's definitely a pain in the ass.
No question.
Yeah. All right, Cam, hit the music. Let's kick things over to the Bulldog.
It is time for the wildly popular, critically acclaimed game show, Bet It or Forget It. Let's start with my Jaguars. Coach Liam Cohen says the Jaguars play much better when they are angry. We certainly saw that last week when they put a number on the Chargers a week after blowing that 19-point fourth quarter lead against the Texans. But how are the Jaguars supposed to stay angry with road games coming up against lowly Arizona and lowly Tennessee? Bet it or forget it. If Liam Cohen wants the team to stay angry, he should cancel the team charters the next 2 weeks and make them fly commercial on Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, I like that idea. Bet it. Yeah. You went even lower than I thought you were going to. I thought you were going to say Southwest, which is a fine airline, but having to wrestle people for the pick your open seating and all of that. I don't know why. I think they've actually just changed that. And then you have to pay extra for your bags and stuff like that.
What is the airline that has the little tiny tray table? Is that Frontier? Have you ever flown Frontier with
I
the
have.
little tiny tray table?
When I was the color analyst for Stetson football, we would fly Frontier from city to tiny city across America. And so I have flown many rickety Frontier planes in my life. Oftentimes, this happened multiple times throughout the season where the pilot would come That's how small it was. You wouldn't even get an update from the flight attendant. The pilot would just go, "Hey guys, it's gonna be a minute. We one of our wheels is loose." Like, are we sure we should be on this plane? Are we positive?
One of our wheels is loose, and I need to go fix it.
Yeah, I remember one time we were about to take off, and they go, "We're out of gas." I'm like, "You didn't check the gauge before we got on the plane?"
Were you the pilot of Leonard Skinner's plane, by the way? Wow.
Yeah, but hey, listen, you want to get them all red-assed for the Cardinals? Do it. Make it happen.
All right. The Golden State Warriors make their only appearance on Orlando tonight for a game against the Magic in the Kia Center. Bet it or forget it. Seeing Steph Curry is no doubt exciting for Magic fans, but it still pales to when LeBron comes to town.
Oh, no, forget it. I think this is as big as it. It's as big as it gets. There are Steph jerseys everywhere when the Warriors are in town, and I think it is just as hot a ticket as when the Lakers come to town with LeBron James. It is very comparable, and I would actually say that there is more of a buzz for Steph, and it starts in warm-ups. People will, by the hundreds, will gather around where he is warming up just to watch him go through his shooting routine before the game. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, and he's incredible, and he brings a crowd. And then because he's so likable too, you don't even get mad when people cheer for him. You just kind of get it. But I think it's at least on par.
Speaking of the Warriors, the NBA has issued a warning but no fine to Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green for his interaction with a vocal fan in New Orleans on Sunday night after Green had a first-quarter possession with several offensive rebounds and missed shots. The fan yelled, quote, "Angel Reese," toward Green, who said he initially laughed, but after the fan repeated the chant several times, Green walked over to confront him on the baseline during a second-quarter stoppage. Quote from Draymond, "It was a good joke at first, but you can't keep calling me a woman. I got 4 kids, 1 on the way. You can't keep calling me a woman. Bet it or forget it. Draymond Green is a misogynist if he thinks being compared to one of the best players in the WNBA draft in the WNBA is an insult."
Oh, man, that is a loaded statement you just laid on me right there. So I will say forget it, because that means that I would agree with everything that you just said. Angel Reese is not as bad as social media clips from Brick Center would tell you she is. She's not one of the best players in the WNBA. So that she's not? No, she's not. So that's step one. Step two is he does come across as a misogynist when he says, "Don't call me a woman." Like it's that offensive to be called a woman, which, I mean, I get it. It, like, for a lot of guys that is that'll get you all fired up. But when you say it like that, especially when she's a fellow professional basketball player, it does come across as highly misogynistic.
Let me put it this way. Angel Reese is a better WNBA player than Draymond Green is an NBA player.
I actually think they're quite comparable. I think the fan is obnoxious. I am not supporting his behavior at all, but I think the comparison is pretty spot on. Draymond Green and Angel Reese, they're important players to their teams, but they are non-factors on offense, and they're there to defend and rebound. And so in that sense, they are very similar to one another. But the fact that Draymond got in his face, good. I think if fans, you have the right to say whatever you want. But if you berate a player and they get in your face, that's a you problem. You created that by being obnoxious. So we can argue about whether or not he should be offended by that or not. The guy was trying to get under his skin. And that by itself, I don't care what was coming out of his mouth. The fact that this guy was standing up and yelling something so routinely that it was purposefully getting under the skin of Draymond Green, you're a dirtbag, and you deserve to have somebody come in and get in your face and probably scared him half to death, because Draymond Green, if he got a little more angry, would have absolutely killed him.
Virginia Tech hires James Franklin. Good news for Penn State. Franklin was originally owed a $49 million buyout after being fired by Penn State, but part of his deal with the Hokies includes a $9 million settlement from the Nittany Lions. So Penn State goes from paying $49 million to $9 million. Bet it or forget it. If you'd been James Franklin, you would have just taken the entire $49 million and retired.
That is so tough. I would say bet it, though. Just start sewing or something. Find another hobby. There are other challenging things that you can do. Are you that addicted to the grind of coaching? It's not like these are jobs like consulting jobs where I'm working a little bit and getting paid a lot, but I still get to do pretty much whatever I want. If you're into golf, you could golf every other day or hang out with your family, kick your feet up at the beach. Being the head coach of a college football program is a 24-hour-a-day job. And if you don't need the money and someone's going to pay you just as much not to do it, why would you not take that option? It's not like he's old. Just get back into coaching in a few years. I feel like this is a sign of addiction, and it's the addictive nature of those that want control and power or workaholics. Yeah, I would make a martini, kick my feet up, and I'd watch the money roll in for sure.
All right, one more. Jamar Chase suspended one game without pay for spitting on Pittsburgh Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. Chase is appealing the suspension and originally told reporters he did not spit on Ramsey, but video clearly shows him spitting a big hawker on Jalen Ramsey. Bet it or forget it. You've lost a lot of respect for Jamar Chase after the spitting incident and then the fact that he lied about it.
Yeah, and then appeals the suspension. Bet it. Anybody that feels the need to spit on another being, I lose a considerable amount of respect for you. And I hate the fact that this is now becoming a trend in football. How many times now? We've seen it from the Gators. We saw it from Jalen Carter of the Eagles earlier in the season. Now from Jamar Chase. I'm probably missing one, but the fact that I have 3 off the top of my head spitting incidents, and we're not talking, I think Dak Prescott did it too. He was just a little more slick in his approach.
No, he got spit on.
No, but the reason why he got spit on was because the other player thought that he spit at his shoe. So it was where they're all spitting at each other. I think it's a problem. I think it's an epidemic. And once you start seeing this at the pro and college level, it's just a matter of time before it happens at the high school level, because they all just copy what the pros and the college stars do. It's unfortunate that this has become a trend.
You know what, Kravitz? Spit happens.
That right there is your dad joke of the day. Well done. Up next, another epic Mount Rushmore delivered by yours truly, and it is guaranteed to make you hungry. That is next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after.